Well, hello there. I'm Daryl. This is Daryl DTV, and wow, what a surprise! Uh, I went to my PO box today, and I am constantly receiving packages from some place or another. I buy a lot of stuff online, you know, just knickknacks here and there. So it's not a rare thing for me to have, packages in my PO box pretty regularly. Anyway, uh I go today and I got three packages. I kind of knew what they were, but I was wrong about one of them. So, the first one I got were these Sony headphones, which turned out to be bootleg, crappy little imitation speakers. I've been uh, I've been wearing these Sonys forever, and as soon as I opened it up and looked at the box, I was like, these things are fake. So anyway, that was one of them that I got. I was expecting this. Uh, Next one I got, I don't know why I do this, but sometimes I'll be on whatnot and these big liquidating warehouse type shows will be on, and I'll just bid on something because it's cheap. I don't even know what this is, but it's some kind of screen, tablet, phone thing with the camera. I don't even know what this is. I shouldn't have bought it. I think I paid $30 for it, and I'm sure it goes for a lot more. Wow, there's not even any cords or anything to this thing. That was a dumb move. So now I gotta get somebody to tell me what it is and what I should be doing with it. And then I was expecting some comic books from, I think it was from Whatnot. I don't remember, from somewhere. But then I was thinking, because that's what this package looks like. This looks like it's comic books, right? So I was like, oh, maybe it's those comic books I've been expecting. But I'm thinking, man, I think I received the comic books that I was supposed to get. And I'm not sure if I got them or not. Anyway, after I got home and I got settled, I looked at, exactly where this was coming from. And wouldn't you know, this came from Terrence Fuller, a.k.a. KkrakK. All the way from Canada. Can you believe that? Something came all the way from Canada with my name on it. This is absolutely crazy. Now, Terrence being the comic guy and record guy, but this is too small for records, right? Being the comic guy that we all know him to be, I'm assuming these are some comic books. This is pretty cool. Most of my channel consists of like comic book stuff or record vinyl stuff. And I do have other types of videos. I do music related stuff and just cool kind of pop culture stuff. I initially started my channel because I had all of this old rap and hip hop footage from back in the 80s and 90s, and people I would hang out with and record, or just something I snatched off of TV back in my younger days. And then it kind of branched off into some other stuff, and there's a lot more of that stuff coming, trust me. But it branched off into some other stuff, so I started talking about things that I knew a little bit about. And what I know a little bit about is records, and I know tiny little bit about the comic world. But I mostly talk about just the stuff that I'm into. Maybe the next person's not as into it as me, but who cares? There's a big comic world out there. So, since we are going to talk about some comic book stuff, let me just say this. There's a zillion comic book channels here on YouTube. A lot of different guys talking about a lot of different things. I've dabbled into a lot of them over the years, and some of them, I don't care for. I really don't care for the super polished ones where, you know, the lighting is just beautiful and it's all colorful, and you know, they got the big professional microphone and they're blah blah blah, and they talk like they're, you know, been doing it professionally for, you know, I'm not into those. It's a little bit too polished for me. uh just to give you like an example, like, you see a lot of record collectors with these really pretty nice IKEA shelving that fits your vinyl just perfectly. But me, I'm more of a milk crate kind of guy because it's got a raw, gritty, dirt under your fingernail type of feel to it. You know what I mean? When you see this, you know, Daryl D's no joke, if you know what I mean. So I tend to gravitate towards channels that, quite frankly, are kind of like my channel, which means I'm just regular guy making some videos, not trying to show off or prove anything to anybody, just trying to have a little fun and share some cool stuff. So that, with that in mind, I just want to shout out, I don't like this shout out, I want to give some props to some channels that I really, really dig, that I really, really love in terms of comic books. And please forgive me if I forget anybody, but I'm a big fan of Sleepy Reader's channel. It's always cool. I like his commentary on books. Big Elbow, really cool, laid back dude. I love his comic hauls. I do a lot of comic hauls, and watching his channel makes me feel like I'm watching my channel. So I really dig that. Of course, Gore Vidal he's the coolest guy in comics, like ever. You know, brings a very eccentric feel to comic collecting, and the way he talks about his books and whatnot. I dig him. And there's a few more though, but those channels, you know, I watch the most. And I would have to say that that's where most of my time is spent on YouTube in terms of watching comic videos. Now, I will also say that my favorite new comic channel that's out there is Dan Nelson, who just got into the whole YouTube gang. The guy's got a bunch of cool books, nice books, and he kind of goes all over the place, and he's definitely making a name for himself, and you got to check out his channel, definitely. But I say that to say this. For at least the second year in a row, is it the second year or the third year in a row? Second or third year, I don't quite remember, but my favorite comic book channel right now is KkrakK. Yes, I'm talking about you, Terrence. And that is going to lead us into this wonderful package that he sent me. This is very cool. So when I saw this, I was gonna slice this open right away, but then I thought, you know what? Let me open it on camera and show everybody the books at the same time that I'm seeing the books. So, you know, here's my knife I keep on me in case anybody want to get ill when I'm out in the streets. But I'm going to use that to open up this package that came all the way from Canada. It probably cost $200 to ship this. I'm not sure, so I appreciate you going without electricity this month, Terrence. I really appreciate that. And let's see what we got here. Got a cool paper bag with some cool stuff. Alrighty. Let's see what Terrence got. Wow, this looks like an entire run. Let me pull this out. Out of Alcatraz. Now, I've been hearing a lot of good things about this book. And I've seen some of these. I know I picked up one or two or something like that, but these covers look different than some of the ones I've seen before. So let's just take a look. There's issue number 1 of Out of Alcatraz. There's number, there's number 3 actually, and here's number 4, and then you got number 5. That's a cool looking cover. She looked like the Wendy's girl, all grown up, and you know, things went wrong somewhere. So, all right, Out of Alcatraz, thank you so much for that. Wow, what's this? This is some cool looking stuff. Okay, all the way from Canada. This is called Dawn Runner. Am I saying that right? Dawn Runner, yes. And it looks like there's 3 issues here. There's issue number 1. This is issue number 2. No, that's issue number 3, and this is issue number 2. This looks interesting. I wonder, this looks like it could easily be a movie. Ooh. Oh, this is some wild looking stuff in here. Cool. Never heard of this book. Thank you. Thank you, Terrence. Has anybody heard of this book? Has anybody read this book? I want to know if you've read this book and what I should expect from this series. It looks kind of like a, I don't know, it's definitely on some sci-fi stuff, but it's like on some cool robot futuristic sci-fi stuff. Oh, and I see a couple of honeys in here too. Okay, I like that. All right, I'm looking forward to this. I might have to move that up in the okay, this is crazy. Okay. You ever heard of, what is this called? Puke and Explode? Yeah, Puke and Explode. Number 1. All right, this looks wow. That looks wow. Now, Terrence being the music guy that he is, that looks right up his alley. All right, man. I gotta take a flip through this. Ooh, I love this artwork. Oh, I like this. You guys know it's all about the art. It's all about the art with me. I love this art. Who's the artist? I guess that's what I really should be asking. I know a lot of channels that I mentioned that I watch. You guys talk about artists and writers, and I never know, not never, but most of the time I don't know. I don't recognize a lot of these names. Ooh. Maybe I should start trying to remember some of these. You know what never occurs to me is that other than Corbin and maybe Frank Miller, the other artists that I really like, that I really get into, when I find a book that I really like that they drew, it never dawns on me to just go out and look for what else they did. it's like I see something and I leave it there. I don't look for anything further. And lately, well, in the last couple years, I've been recognizing art from different artists that I have some other book of theirs. And I go, oh, that's that one guy that did that. I need to do a video just on that, like some of my favorite books and the art that's in them, and then books that I found after that. So let me see if I can. Who is this guy? Wow, it says this is out of Chicago. That is wow. Drawn in Canada, though. I don't. Ooh. I'm not seeing an artist. I'm probably gonna have to super analyze this to find that, but I'm looking forward to this book. Terrence, thank you so much. What a wonderful surprise. And then next up we have the Johnny Nemo magazine, issue number 1. This kind of reminds me of, like, it looks like some New Wave meets Detective. What was that one guy's name? Max Headroom. Y'all remember that? That's what this kind of reminds me of. What company is this? Oh, it's Eclipse. Okay, cool. All right. This takes me back. This looks like maybe 80s, early 90s. Let's see if I'm even close. If I can even find it. 1985, I believe. 85. Okay, yeah. It's got that 85 feel to it. Never seen this before. Never heard of this book ever. Has anybody? Let me know. If you know about it, let me know. Oh, I like this. This is definitely an underground comic. The Human Drama. Look at that. Look at that. From the collection of KkrakK. This, I have never seen this book before. Oh, I gotta open this up, man. This is cool. I am by no means any type of underground comic expert. Not by a long shot. But it always blows me away when I come across one that I haven't seen before. And this doesn't even, it kind of, wow, it's got like the panels of like a traditional comic book panels. So it, I don't know. Can this be considered, it looks like it's only one story, too. Looks like the whole book is one story. You know, a lot of undergrounds are multiple stories a lot of times. The Human Drama. So I want somebody who might be familiar with this book to tell me, is this truly considered an underground comic? It's got that look. To me, as far as I'm concerned, it is. The whole look and the whole setup. What company does that say? I can't even read that. That's so small. Let's take a copyright. The print mint. It's out of Berkeley. I'm giving this the thumbs up as far as an underground comic is concerned. Wow. It seems like the artist changes. So if you look at how this first starts off, like, okay, look at this. You see that art? And then it goes into, without the story changing, it goes into this kind of art. Same artist. Terrence, give me some insight on this. This is cool. I really, really like this, man. I really like this. Wow. Man, thank you. Thank you, Terrence. Let's keep going. Ooh. This is okay, let me pull this out. This is from Mad Cave. I've seen that company before. I might have one or two books from that company, but I don't know much about the company or how long they've been around. This is Vanishing Point #1. Again, that almost looks like that could be a heavy metal cover, huh? Or maybe 1984 or something. Wow. This is cool. Oh, wow. This got some crazy colors in it. Something new. Something totally new for me to check out. Juan Doe and Mark Russell. Yeah, that's the first time. That might be a first, calling out the writer and illustrator. Thank you. Definitely. It says, yeah, Science Fiction Illustrated. Definitely, man. Got that whole heavy metal thing going on. Right on. Next up, we have issue #3 from Comico. Is this Ribbit? Am I saying that right? Ribbit. Am I pronouncing that right? Check out this cover. This is pretty cool. Comico. I just, like, recently in the last year have ever even heard of that company, and this is from 1989. Oh, I love this. I love this artwork. This reminds me of those 80s horror books, but the color is completely different from so many books from that era. You know, back then I was just mostly Marvel and DC, and these colors look softer, almost as if they were using like a professional crayon. Does that make any sense whatsoever? This will be interesting. Wow, this chick's got like a goat head on her shoulder. What's up with that? And then look at these fools down here. Down there tripping at the bottom of the page. All right, man. Thank you so much. This is cool. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And last but not least, I have... This is cool. I've heard a lot of good things about this book. This is from Boom, issue #1 of Bronze Faces. Not sure what this is about, and it also got issue #2. So I've been hearing people talk about this story, so I'm definitely interested. I got a copy of this. I might have more than one. Man, I'm so behind. Bronze Faces 1 and 2. Has anybody read this book? I want to know what you guys think as far as these books are concerned. Wow, I am embarrassed at how behind I am with the amount of books that I need to read. I literally need to be reading like every day, every other day at the very least. I think what I'm going to do with a lot of the runs I have is like binge read them in a weekend or whatever. And when when Crack comes on each week and he talks about all of the books he read that week, that's just mind blowing to me. And then was it Sleepy or a Sleepy Reader who was saying about all of the books he read that whole year? I know Terrence did something like that too. But I'm just amazed at how much you guys get to read, and I envy you. I absolutely envy you because I got so much cool stuff, and I have to stay away from these 50 cent and dollar bins. I really, really do. Until I get caught up, I need to stay away because I'm constantly bringing comics into the house, and I don't need to, or I need to slow down. I really need to stop until I get caught up. And here I have another another cool stack. All the way from Canada. Terrence, thank you very much to everybody here watching this video. Make sure you go check out KkrakK right here on YouTube. I want you to also go and check out Dan Nelson, Big Elbow, and Sleepy Reader. If I remember with this small brain of mine, I'm going to put all of their links down below so you can see what I've been seeing. And then you'll say, hey, thank you, D. Thank you very much. And thank you, Terrence, for these wonderful books. I appreciate them. Thank you very much. All right, that's all I got for now. I put a grape soda in the freezer about a half hour ago. I think it's cold now, so I gotta run so I can go get it before it, Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you, Terrence, aka KkrakK. Peace and love to all of y'all. This is Daryl D. Gotta go get this soda. Later.